Oh hey, didn't see you there. Well, welcome to one of my new type of videos on this channel. We are going to do some movie reviews. So we're going to kick off my first newish movie reviews. I've done a couple movie reviews, but nothing like this. So I'm going to count this as the first movie review. Might as well kick it off on one of my favorite months, October. We got some doozy movies for you guys. Some maybe you guys haven't seen before, and a lot that you guys have seen before. So we're going to kick it off with Ernest Scared Stupid, one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm a huge Ernest fan. You guys are going to find out here soon. We will be going over probably all the Ernest films in the future, but since it's October, we're going to do the Ernest Scared Stupid movie. And let me tell you, the troll in this movie scared the shit out of me as a kid. Walking home by myself in the dark, always thinking I'm gonna hear somebody say my name and it's gonna be the troll. But we'll get more into that. So, let's get to it. If you don't know who Ernest is, then I feel bad for your childhood. Ernest is a character played by Jim Varney. You may also know Jim from many other roles, such as Slinky Dog from Toy Story 1 and 2, and well, most of the Toy Story games, Jed Clampett from the 1993 The Beverly Hillbillies movie, and many, many more. Unfortunately, Jim passed away in 2000s at the age of 50 due to lung cancer. Remember, kids, smoking is very bad for you, and please don't start. Anyways, I won't go too deep in Jim Varney's lore, but maybe I'll make a video as a tribute to him? Maybe someday. Ernest Scared Stupid is a 1991 American comedy horror film directed by John Cherry, who is the creator of, well, the Ernest character. So like I said at the beginning, that this is easily one of my favorite, well, Ernest movie and favorite, like, Halloween creepy kids movie I watched growing up. You know, this, Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town, you know, all kind of in the same childhood feels, if you know what I mean. And what's also pretty funny is if you ask anybody, have you ever watched an Ernest film? I guarantee you it's going to be this one. Or Goes to Camp, but most likely it's going to be Scared Stupid. Alrighty, so here's the plot of Ernest Scared Stupid, so prepare to be spooked out. In the late 19th century, the demonic troll Trantor transforms children into wooden dolls to feast upon their energy in Brineville, Missouri. The townsfolk capture him and seal him under an oak tree, with Phineas Worrell, one of the village elders, an ancestor of Ernest P. Worrell, establishing the seal. Trantor vengefully places a curse on the Worrell family, stating that he can only be released on the night before Halloween by a Worrell. As part of a curse, every generation of the Worrells will get dumber and dumber
and dumber and dumber,
until the dumbest member of the family is foolish enough to release him from his earthly prison. 100 years later, Ernest, a sanitary worker, helps a few of his middle school friends Kenny Binder, Elizabeth, and Joey construct a treehouse in the same tree that unknowingly contains the dormant creature. After the mayor's sons demolish their own cardboard haunted house, when old lady Hackmore discovers this, she angrily leaves. Following her, Ernest learns the story of Trantor and then reports it to the kids. Inadvertently, Ernest releases the troll.
Yea, I call thee forth, Trantor.
It gets late, so the kids have to leave. At one point, Kenny and Elizabeth split off with Joey. Joey is walking home from the treehouse when he hears something rustling through the trees. Joey slowly walks and slips down a muddy hole. When he slips down and falls, he screams for help. Then he hears Ernest's voice saying, "Here, I gotcha," and then he reaches for him. When he looks up, it's actually Trantor, and turns him into a wooden doll. Ernest finds Kenny's dad, Sheriff Cliff Binder, and explains the situation, but Binder does not believe him. After none of the townsfolk will assist Ernest because of the upcoming Halloween party, he mounts a one-man and one-dog defense operation for Trantor's appearance.
You see before you the state-of-the-art troll fighter of tomorrow. This multi-directional unitized high-tech fighting machine is salt-free, heat-safe, and comes complete with 15 megabytes of double-density wafer-thin alloy, forming a virtual reality of modern troll extermination. Need I say more?
Meanwhile, Trantor captures a boy on a skateboard as his second victim. Two of my favorite all-time salesmen, Tom and Bobby Tulip, hopping in to exploit Ernest, sells him various fake troll traps, but one backfires on the mayor's son, and Ernest actually loses his job. Ernest, Kenny, and Elizabeth return to the Hackmore residence, where they learn that only the heart of a child and a mother's care can defeat the troll. Later that night, Trantor claims Elizabeth as his third victim as he sneaks into her house and scares the living shit out of all of us. While Kenny and his friend Greg are walking, Trantor uses Elizabeth's voice to lure Kenny away, then takes Greg as the fourth victim.
Yeah, it sounded like Elizabeth.
Over here, Kenny.
Elizabeth? She's not it.
Over here, Kenny.
Well, a quick commercial break.
Dangerous demons are on the loose, but Ernest is on their trail. He's doing whatever it takes.
Your shoes untied.
To save the world from slaughter. Ernest Scared Stupid, rated PG, starts Friday.
See, I knew that commercial would be short. Let's get back to it. Despite parents being upset at their missing children, Mayor Murdoch and Sheriff Binder still proceeds with the Halloween party at the school, believing that the missing children will be there. Trantor appears at the Halloween party and takes the mayor's oldest son as the fifth and final wooden doll. In the ensuing fight between Trantor and Ernest, which we all get the beautiful Miak scene.
Let's see how you like a little Miak.
And Trantor actually turns Ernest's dog Grimshot into a wooden doll, before being repelled by soft serve ice cream on Ernest's hands. Kenny realizes that the mother's care refers to milk, and rallies a troll fighting team to destroy them. Really cool part, they go through the local grocery store and just with their bikes and just starts raiding the milk section and the squirt guns. Watching this as a kid, I've always wanted to just ride my bike in a grocery store and supermarket sweep it, you know what I'm saying? Back at the treehouse, Trantor successfully summons his army of trolls, while Ernest unsuccessfully tries to stop them. The townspeople show up only for the trolls to overwhelm them and beat them up. Kenny and his friends arrive and begin destroying the trolls with milk. During the fight, Trantor escapes beneath the tree where he summons the power of the underworld, making him invincible, especially to milk. Enraged, Kenny unsuccessfully tries to destroy Trantor, who also turns Kenny into a doll. With the other townsfolk now backing him up and telling him to douse Trantor in milk, Ernest realizes that milk weakened the troll children, while unconditional love, the heart of a child, would weaken Trantor himself. He takes Trantor and dances with him while the mob watches, overloading him with love, and finally kisses his snot-ridden nose, causing Trantor to explode. With Trantor's destruction, Ernest is proclaimed a hero. All of the wooden dolls are restored, including those from the early 19th century, and life returns to normal. Sheriff Binder apologizes to his son for doubting him and Ernest. Ernest is happy that his dog is all back to normal, and Ernest goes on to live another day. Telling you what, man, as a kid, I was so scared being by myself, always thinking that this troll is going to be behind me, going to be in front of me. I turn around a dark alleyway and there's the troll, you know, like I didn't want to get turned into a wooden carbon, you know. So let's lay down some facts that maybe you don't know and maybe you do know. So let's get to them. Ernest Scared Stupid bears a few similarities to the film Hocus Pocus. They're both early 90s Disney movies, They're both live-action Halloween-themed family films. They were both glossed over in their original release, but even have a big following nowadays. Looking deeper into the films, the creepy historical introductions are followed by classroom scenes, either a teacher or a student narrating about the unpleasant events and its curses against the villagers. In addition, Kenny and Max both meet up against bullies from their school before they face paranormal foes, trolls and witches. Trantor and the Sander sisters needed the souls of children, so Trantor can summon his brethren and become invincible, and so the Sanders can have eternal youth. Ernest and Max both accidentally resurrect Trantor and the Sander sisters respectively. So there's a lot of similarities to, well, early 90s Disney live-action horror films, apparently. So this movie went through a couple different alternate titles that was kicked around, including Ernest and the Curse, Ernest and the Trolls, and Ernest Scared Stiff. Tell you one thing, I'm really glad Scared Stupid was the one they went with, because that's the best. This movie was the last film in a 4-picture deal with Disney. Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Christmas, and Ernest Goes to Jail were the other 3. Disney then chose to slab Jim Varney's Ernest in the back. I mean, they chose not to extend his contract. The Chiodo brothers have special effects credits on this film and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. A keen eye will notice that the brothers repurposed some of the killer clowns as trolls in Ernest Scared Stupid. The masks were repainted and the noses were changed, but side by side are quite recognizable, as well as the same spinning effects when they die. It's super cool. I'm glad they added this kind of stuff to it. I love that they did this because it's like a little Easter egg for the real horror fans out there, or the parents that took the kids to go watch this. The scene where they're getting attacked by the bullies, the pizza scene being thrown at the bullies who try to attack the kids' treehouse, are reused props from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Secret of the Ooze. So if you have not watched Ernest Scared Stupid, do yourself a favor, find a copy of it. Watch it with your family, watch it with your kids. There is something in the movie that will make you laugh. There's something in the movie that might, pre-jump scare you. Like I say, I've said it a million times in this video, it is one of my favorite Halloween movies. I'll watch it all year round. It sticks to you, and I just love this movie. Alrighty guys, so that was the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and if you didn't, put a thumbs down. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and slam that bell for more movie reviews coming soon. And leave a comment down below. What did you guys think of this video? I'm trying to grow the channel more than, well, where it is. And I know this is just a hobby of mine. I'm not going anywhere with this kind of stuff, but I do appreciate everybody that does watch my videos. A lot of them are short, dumb videos, and some of them I actually take a lot of time. And I appreciate the people that leave the thumbs up and, well, leave some love down below on those videos. I do super appreciate that. You guys are the real MVP. I'm just doing this just because I like doing it. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So, until next time, guys. Peace.